We are counting down the 10 smartest birds on Earth. The species taking the #1 spot performs cognitive feats that challenge our basic assumptions about the animal kingdom. This checklist outlines how researchers actually measure avian intelligence. Instead of a single IQ test, scientists evaluate social complexity, tool use, episodic memory, future planning, and self-recognition. Humans tend to look for human traits. We assume an animal is only intelligent if its brain looks like ours, and it solves problems the exact same way we do. Birds lack a mammalian cerebral cortex, the gray matter we usually associate with advanced thought. Yet they consistently solve multi-stage logical puzzles and manufacture physical tools with primate-like precision. This diagram compares a standard mammalian brain to an avian one, revealing how birds pull this off. Their forebrains feature a region called the pallium, where neurons are packed together at extreme densities, matching or exceeding primate levels in a fraction of the space. Maintaining that dense neural network requires massive caloric intake and an extended childhood. These birds spend years relying on their parents while they learn complex survival skills. Avian intelligence operates as a set of specialized tools, forged by intense ecological pressures and steep evolutionary trade-offs. This matrix tracks the cognitive abilities of our top 10 as we count down, mapping their specific skills against the evolutionary costs. At number 10 is the barn owl. Its facial disc acts as a precise parabolic reflector, building a high-resolution acoustic map of its environment to hunt in complete darkness. Dedicating so much neural processing to auditory mapping leaves fewer resources for abstract problem-solving. Outside of tracking prey by sound, the owl struggles with novel puzzles. Number 9, the pigeon, relies on extreme visual categorization. They can memorize hundreds of images over years, distinguish between human faces, and accurately diagnose cancer in medical slides when trained. Moving up the list, we encounter the social manipulators. These species developed their brains to survive the chaos of large flocks. Number 8 is Clark's nutcracker. Every autumn, this bird buries up to 98,000 seeds across 5,000 locations, recovering 70% of them months later under thick snow. This visualization compares the nutcracker's brain to a non-caching bird. The hippocampus, the area managing spatial memory, is heavily enlarged, leaving less physical space for the regions that process vocal learning or complex social interaction. Numbers 7 and 6, the cockatoo and the Amazon parrot, thrive in dense, noisy flocks. They develop regional dialects, assign specific names to individuals, and can rapidly unlock multi-stage mechanical puzzles. Maintaining that high social and mechanical intelligence has a strict condition. Without constant stimulation and interaction, these parrots suffer severe psychological distress and destructive boredom. Perfecting one cognitive extreme, whether it is memorizing a vast spatial map or managing a complex flock, forces a species to sacrifice flexibility in other areas. As we break into the top 5, the metric shifts from specialized memory to higher-level consciousness and spontaneous creation. Numbers 5 and 4 demonstrate behaviors indicating a theory of mind, an awareness of themselves as distinct individuals. The number 5 Eurasian magpie is the only non-mammal to consistently pass the mirror self-recognition test. They also recognize human faces and show complex behaviors resembling grief around dead flock members. Number 4 is the kea, an alpine parrot from New Zealand. They are relentlessly curious engineers, capable of cooperating to solve puzzles neither could manage alone. Their drive to explore and dismantle novel objects puts them in direct, often destructive, conflict with human settlements and vehicles. That brings us to the corvid geniuses, holding the 3rd and 2nd spots. The number 3 raven demonstrates delayed gratification. Given tokens, they will hold onto them and barter for a better food reward 15 minutes later, choosing a future payoff over an immediate snack. Number 2, the New Caledonian crow, manufactures tools to a standardized design. They can spontaneously bend raw wire tool to retrieve a longer tool to reach their food. Crafting multi-stage tools and planning for tomorrow requires passing knowledge across generations. These birds must sustain demanding social hierarchies and practice reciprocal altruism to ensure those skills survive. Reaching primate-level tool creation forces these birds to invest massive amounts of energy into teaching and social maintenance. The #1 smartest bird on Earth is the African gray parrot. Irene Pepperberg's work with Alex the African gray demonstrated functional, contextual language use. He accurately identified colors and shapes of new objects and used labels to request items or information. This logic tree illustrates how the African gray categorizes new information. When presented with a novel object, it can simultaneously identify its color, shape, and material. As the comparison shifts, we see they also grasp abstract relational logic. They can tell if two items are the same or different, and even understand zero. Processing data this way places their cognitive abilities at the level of a 5-year-old human child. These parrots manage complex flock hierarchies and regional dialects that shift at territorial boundaries. Navigating these fluid social alliances and maintaining long-term pair bounds creates the specific evolutionary pressure for high-level symbolic memory. The African gray secures the top spot by demonstrating the highest documented proficiency in abstract conceptual reasoning and relational logic. We place the African gray's mastery of abstract language at #1, but we could easily argue for the New Caledonian crow's mastery of physical tools and causal reasoning. This quadrant chart plots the top contenders, mapping language and abstract logic on the horizontal axis against physical tool use on the vertical axis. Parrots dominate one side, while corvids dominate the other. Declaring a single smartest species forces a false hierarchy. In the wild, success is about surviving your specific environment, not scoring well on a universal test. When we insist on measuring intelligence solely by human standards, we miss the exact, specialized adaptations these animals use to thrive. If you want to keep exploring how animals adapt and survive, make sure to subscribe and check out our other videos. Intelligence is a highly specific evolutionary toolkit, perfectly adapted to solve the exact problems a species faces.